Right, we've got the VXR bumper off now. We're going to do a little bit of repair work to it, so keep watching. Right, this is the bumper then. Let's show you now we've got it off, actually, the extent of the damage that we've got. Well, as you can see here, we've got a couple of bits which have actually been broken out, and we've actually still got them bits. So all the bits, as you can probably see, laying down on the worktop here are present. We've got cracks that go all the way down there, so to stop this sort of crack from spreading, we're going to have to drill a hole in that there, at the ends of the cracks, there, and up here, for example, there as well. That just stops the crack spreading. So we're just going to give this area a bit of a clean up and we'll come back to you. You don't really need to see us do that. And we'll have these holes already drilled for you, and then we'll go on to the next stage. Right, well, as you can see by the time lapse there, we've just gone around and sanded all the areas which we've needed to get to with regards to the cracks and all that. But we've also done some extra sanding as well, because along the bottom of the spoiler here, there was some road rash and chips. I mean, I'll just quickly show you that. As you can see, all around the bottom there, we've sanded back. All this was all scuffed up and all that. So as we're going this far, we might as well do this as well. And as you can see now, we've got the bits of the fairing that's broken here. And to stop them cracks from actually moving forward again in the future, what we've got to do is to just drill a hole at the end of the crack, and that then stops the cracks from continuing further down the line somewhere. So we're just going to drill these now. Right, okay, so we've drilled our little holes. So we're just going to turn the bumper over now, because we're going to do some plastic welding from the back. So that's what we're going to just do now. Now again, we're just going to sort of just rough this area up as well in here. And as you can see the back of it there, we can see the holes quite clearly where the actual cracks are. So I'm just going to quickly scuff up these, and then we're going to get a hot soldering iron and put a little V in there and use a little filler stick to fill in there. So we're going to do that now. Right, so as you can see now, we've put the little bits back in again, and we've just supported it with some duct tape, just normal duct tape there, because we're going to turn it over now, and well, we're going to look from the back and weld it from the back. So that's what we're going to do now. Right, okay then, in this situation we've cleaned the back off and we had to go at plastic welding. We haven't got the right type of material. Normally you can do the old plastic welding with sort of cable ties, depending on the material, if it's the same material as the bumper. But in our case it wasn't working there, and I don't know whether you can see there, we didn't get penetration at all there. So what we're having to do is we've dug a channel out all the way around each of the cracks, and we're just applying the old P40. Is it P40, Jimmy? P40 on the inside to give us a nice strong backing. And once this goes off, then we'll turn it over and go from the front and fill from the front. But as you can see, this will provide a nice solid job there, as you can see there. And this will be supporting all the cracks and all the joints from both sides anyway. So that's the way we're doing it this time. And as I say, we've just put this duct tape on here at the moment just to support the little bits of broken bit that we got there. And you can probably see there now where the holes are at the end of the cracks. The P40, which is a fiberglass filler, will actually poke straight through, and that will give us our solid joint to stop them cracks spreading at the tips there. So anyway, we're going to just carry on now, get this sorted out, and then we'll catch you at the end when that's all gone off, and then we'll be preparing the front. So we'll see you in a minute. Right, it's been a good hour now since we've let that fiberglass on the back go solid, and what we've actually done here, we've ground this down on the surface. Let me show you. This is now below the surface. We've actually got the die grinder and just grinded out all below, so all this is below the surface now. And what we're going to do now is we're going to V out the cracks there, as you can see, and then we're going to put our Isopon P40, which is the fiberglass filler, over the top, and that then should hopefully seal all these cracks in position. This is the bit, as you remember, at the back there with the big holes in the back, so that's all well and good there, so we're happy with that. And giving us this smoothness over the top with this Isopon should get in all these cracks once we V all these out, and then seal all that up. There's many different ways to do this, as you probably know. Plastic welding, we didn't have the right moulded plastic to do the plastic welding, otherwise we would have, again, V'd that out, and then with the same sort of material, filled in with the plastic filler with a hot soldering iron or something like that, and blended both of the surfaces together and just put a skim of filler over the top. But we haven't got that, we haven't got the right material. An old bit of fairing or an old bit of bumper would have done the job if we would have had some, but as you use as a filler rod, but we didn't have that. So this is the other option we've chose to do. So we're just going to V these out, and then we'll give it a nice coat over the top, because we've actually taken this surface down below, so it's a matter of just shaping them back to shape. Right, okay then, we've dug all that out. I'm just wiping it off now with some panel wipe or prep clean, whatever you want to call it, because we're going to apply a filler over the top of this now. And as you can probably see, it's all nice and dry. We've blown it out as well with the air gun. And as you can see, we've V'd out all the channels there. So they're going to take the Isopon P40 fiberglass filler, and that's going to produce a nice surface for us to prepare on top for painting with. If we go around the back, as you can see now, all that's all hardened off now and dried off lovely there. And as you can see, it looks pretty much original as it was. We've smoothed it all out as we've gone along, so you can do that as you saw Jimmy doing with his finger there, just to make it nice and smooth edges. So that's what we've done there. So here we go now with the P40 Isopon. Again, pushing it right into those cracks. And we're going to put plenty on, because you can always sand it down. And this is going to give us the strength and durability needed to provide a satisfactory join on these cracks that we've had here. As I say, what we're doing by putting the P40 on as opposed to normal body filler. Normally body filler can, although it's flexible, it can actually crack. This actually is going to provide a lovely rigid surface for us here. And again, the final shaping and filling will take place with normal body filler once this is at the back of it all, and this will give us our support and strength. And don't forget, something like this bumper to buy without being painted is something like £500. So finding these sort of ones second hand also is pretty much of a hard task, then you've got the sort of situation where you can't actually pick them up or send them in the post without paying for a lot of expense, and you don't know what you're buying when you're buying something over the internet. So, you know, have a go yourself. This is just having a go. This is buying some basic tools and some basic materials and just having a go. And what's the worst that can happen if you do bugger it up yourself? You rub it down and start again. But this saves you about hundreds, or literally can save you hundreds and hundreds of pounds if you have a go yourself. Alright, the top coat is the finishing coat, which is going to be the spraying. You may not or may not have a spray gun, because to do this properly, you know, you really want a spray gun. But for applying your top coat, your lacquer, bearing in mind this is at the front of the car, and you're getting stone flicks and you're getting flies and things splattering the front bumper, you really need a 2K lacquer to give you the durability to stop stone chips and all that. Although you're going to get stone chips anyway, as this has probably got over the years. But it's all about durability at the end of the day, and that's where you get your top 2-coat lacquer to finish the job off. This sort of stuff, again, they're all learnable skills, and we're just like having a go. Jimmy does this for a living anyway, so you know, I've toyed with this for years and years. With today's flexible plastic bumpers, they're made out of totally different materials than what they used to be made out of years and years ago. But they are repairable, and this is just one way out of many. I know you're probably going to say, if you've got some professionals out there saying, oh, you know, you can staple across the joints and stuff like that from the back, or some people say you might put fiberglass mesh in at the back, matting to provide a strength. There's many different ways of doing it. This is just one way, and this is the way that we've chosen with the equipment that we've got available to us. Right, okay, we'll see you again in a minute when we've done this. Gary's turned up, by the way, look. What are you reckon, Gary?
Well, I thought it had been primer by now, actually. I did plan it to be fine, didn't keep you waiting.
I've been inside and had a little kip. So, Jimmy's actually done a little bit more work while I've been inside. Let's show you what he's done. Let's show you. Right, so he's actually sanded down the P40 Isopont, and he's gone over the top with some normal car body filler. As you can see there, we're getting the shape now. So it's starting to look like it used to before, and as you can see, all that with all the holes and bits that were broken there is all now totally disappeared. So you've just rubbed down with 80 grit, is that right?
Yeah.
Just to get the rough shape, yeah?
Yeah.
And what's going to happen then?
Get one more fill if it needs it.
Yeah.
And then a 180 at 320, 500.
So 180, 320, 500. Then we'll undercoat it. And as you can see, these bits around the bumper there, around the bottoms, as you can see, they was just literally scuffed up there. You might need just a couple of little bits of stopper filler in there. Just the little, well, you can see the little lines, but again, once we take this down with the 320, that'll be ready for priming, and so will all this here, and around there as well. But yeah, as you can see, that was totally ruined, that bumper, as you can see around the middle there. No sign of it now, and it's going to be nice and strong. You've got that fiberglass backing at the back, and as you can see along the top here, where you get these little pinholes. Now again, once you blow that down and wipe this down with panel wipe, you get all these little bits of dust out of these little bits of holes. And then what we'll do, we'll prepare, because you're not going to actually spray the whole bumper. So all this over here, for example, this isn't going to be sprayed. We're going to do what we call a blend within the panel. So all we'll do is we'll Scotch-Brite this once it's all ready with a Scotch-Brite pad, and then we'll take the colour sort of just out to about here or something like that. See where these scratch lines are. We'll go a bit further than that, so we're not spraying the whole bumper in, you see. You can see these 80 grit scratches here at the moment. We'll just go a little bit beyond that when he actually sands these down to about 320. Once we've got the primer, and then so all this won't necessarily be touched, but eventually, once it's all done, we'll Scotch-Brite the whole of the actual bumper off with a Scotch-Brite pad, and then we'll completely lacquer the whole bumper. And that's the beauty of today's modern fillers. That all this, how long have you been out here? How long have I been asleep?
45 minutes.
45 minutes. All this has happened within 45 minutes. I've had a little kip, and yeah, there you go. So time now. How much we're gonna have this done tonight? So he'll have this primed tonight, and then tomorrow blowing the red. We've got a water-based red. Gary went down and got some mixed. It's a Leckler mix, isn't it?
Yeah, Power Red.
What's it called?
Power Red.
Power Red, which is the colour of the car, obviously. And it's a water-based paint, 20% thin, already done by our car body motor factors. And we'll just spray this tomorrow. So that's all we're going to do at the moment. So I'm going to go back inside now, wash my hands, maybe have something to eat, and I'll leave Jimmy poodling about out here, and you'll see it when it's all sprayed and primed, and then we'll do the glossing tomorrow. So we'll see you a bit later. Bye for now.